Okay, I'm pretty much in the center of Zeist here, just kind of tootling around, checking things out. I don't really know anything about the city yet. I'll have to do some research, ask some questions. I can tell you that this is a little community city in and of its own, just outside the city of Utrecht. If you caught my ride from the city center of Utrecht here to Zeist, you saw that it was a very comfortable ride through some suburban context there in Utrecht, through some industrial areas, and then quickly into the agriculture areas. And I do know that people live here and then make their commute into Utrecht. I'm sure they can do it by either train or by biking. Seems like a solid sort of approach in terms of housing separated cycle paths, very much in a suburban context. You can see that car ownership is pretty high. There's lots of people driving, lots of car parking, but it's a very comfortable environment. We're gonna take a U-turn up here and make our way to a little cycle street that I saw back there. So let's do it here. Let's pop on over. We'll turn right on this cycle street I saw just a moment ago. Looks like we're getting out of the headwind as well, so hopefully you can hear me much better now that we don't have the wind in our face. In addition to turning on this little cycle street up ahead, we will also just kind of check out some of the quieter side streets. I don't know if you noticed that gal back there. She was clearly paying for her parking. So on-street parking looks like is provided here, but it must come at a cost. Well done, Zeist. There should not be free parking for cars. Again, Donald Shoup teaches us in The High Cost of Free Parking that parking comes with a cost, and so it's imperative that drivers pay to park their very space efficient vehicles in the public realm. Yes, you do provide free parking for bikes. Why? Because that's the mode that we're trying to see more of. People walking and biking. And the more you incentivize people walking and biking, the higher the quality of the public realm for everyone. Yes, including people who drive. Wow, what a vibrant little place here. Look at all the people. We're approaching 11 a.m. on this Thursday, and when you don't have high-speed motor vehicle traffic, you definitely get an environment where, you know, people come. And you'll notice we are on sort of a shared space environment. On the other direction, you'll see that they have a small cycle track that is protected and separated in sections. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. This is obviously not the same scale and not necessarily the same density as some of the older, larger historic cities like Amsterdam like The Hague, like Rotterdam, and like Utrecht. But this is pretty cool. I'm digging it. I also want to go straight here because this kind of looks like additional housing here. Look at all of the bike parking. That's fabulous. It kind of feels like we're approaching a university. Maybe that's what we're seeing up in front of us here. Sorry, I don't have my map running right now, so I can't tell what I'm approaching. I know it drives you guys crazy sometimes, but yeah, I routinely just explore blindly, see where the pathway takes me. I guess that could be an entire playlist of videos as John rides blindly through city, ends up lost again, enjoys every moment of it. But yeah, you saw some of the kids, looks like they're going out for an excursion of some sort, and very good stuff. I'm liking this. Let's follow this couple out this way and see where this takes us. It gets the feeling that it's kind of taking us away from the urban core, but you never know. We won't take it for too long. I don't want to run out of time and run late for my lunch appointment. The Dutch tend to be a very prompt people, like to show up on time, and on time typically means just a little early, so I try to do that as well. Oh, very cool. Yeah, these guys are making their way across the street. This kind of looks like it might be a roundabout up here, so we're gonna do the roundabout because we can. Again, for those of you who know me, know that I like well-designed roundabouts where motor vehicles are giving priority to the people riding bikes. And we saw there that although it's a little tight, that person had no trouble yielding for me, and it all worked out quite well. Lovely. Okay, back to the city center. And again, you'll notice the red asphalt there right in the conflict zone, sending that subtle message, or not so subtle, to the driver that you're approaching a conflict zone. People on bikes are going to be here. For that matter, we got a sidewalk, so even people walking. So it's the way to do things. Sorry for the wind. We are going back into a headwind. Another beautifully done roundabout here. You saw the yielding behaviors there. You see the markings here indicating to the driver that they need to yield for us, well done. It kind of irritates me when an urban roundabout featuring protected bike lanes and crosswalks give priority to motor vehicle drivers. To me, that kind of misses the point. I know you car-brained traffic engineers out there say, no, the point is to move motor vehicles. Well, I call BS on that. You guys have been doing that for 80 years, and you're now killing people just in the United States at a rate of 40,000 per year. So the jig is up. Time to start prioritizing people outside of motor vehicles and not the movement of cars. Again, look at all of the green infrastructure here. You really get the sense that these cities are realizing just how powerful it is to soften up the environment. We just don't need that much pavement and impervious cover, and whenever possible, let's get some greenery in and get some color in. It's just so much nicer, much more pleasant, much softer, helps filter the air and bring the temperature down, because as we know, we get a radiant effect with our paved surfaces, especially darker paved surfaces. So having the greenery really helps. A little bit of construction going on here, so we're diverting over to another area. It's about 11:13, so I am going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this little very, very brief tour around the city of Zeist. I know it's very incomplete, and without an official tour guide, there's no way for me to cover everything of importance that you all, I'm sure, would love to see, and definitely not hear me pontificating over, since I know nothing about the city. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyways. And yeah, no better place to bring this to a close than this little market right here. I hope you all enjoyed this little ride around Zeist. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is John signing off by wishing you much activity, health, and happiness. Cheers.
And again, sending a huge thank you out to all my Active Towns ambassadors supporting the channel on Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, YouTube Super Thanks, as well as making contributions to the nonprofit. Every little bit adds up and it's much appreciated. Thank you all so much.